네, 오늘 특히 학생 여러분들이 많이 자리하고 계시네요. 네, 저희 통역 수신기를 이용하셔서 함께 강연 듣고 유익한 정보 가져가시면 되겠습니다. This conference will be presenting in Korean, so please use your receiver. Thank you very much for your cooperation. 저희 통역기 이용하셔서 강연 들으시면 되겠습니다. 먼저 여러분께 인사드리겠습니다. 안녕하십니까. 오늘 2016 창조경제박람회 글로벌인사이트 사회를 맡게 된 SBS CNBC 아나운서 문솔입니다. 반갑습니다. 글로벌 인사이트 행사에 참석해 주신 여러분께 감사와 환영의 인사를 먼저 드리겠습니다. 몇 가지 행사 진행에 앞서서 안내사항 드리겠습니다. 오늘 행사 진행은 잘 아시다시피 할리우드의 영화 제작자이자 창업가인 피터 구브의 강연으로 시작이 될 예정이고요. 오큘러스 VR 법률 자문 변호사인 에이미 폭스와 함께 대담 토론의 시간을 가질 예정입니다. 그리고 여러분께서 좋아하시는 세계적인 일루셔니스트죠. 이은결 씨의 공연으로 함께 하겠습니다. 행사가 진행되는 동안 원활한 행사 진행을 위해서 갖고 계신 휴대전화는 진동 모드로 바꿔주시거나 꺼주시면 감사드리겠습니다. 그리고 이은결 씨의 일루션 공연은 핸드폰과 카메라를 이용한 사진과 동영상 촬영, 녹음 등의 활동이 금지가 되고 있으니까요. 양해해 주시면 감사드리겠습니다. 자, 그럼 지금부터 2016 창조경제박람회 글로벌 인사이트를 시작하겠습니다. 참석자 여러분께서는 모두 함께해 주시기 바랍니다. 먼저 첫 번째 강연자부터 여러분께 소개해 드리겠습니다. 바로 피터 구버님께서 첫 번째 무대를 빛내주실 텐데요. 잠깐 소개해 드리자면 UCLA에서 40여 년간 스토리텔링을 강의해 오시는 명 교수님이십니다. 그리고 전 세계적으로 30억 달러 이상의 흥행을 거둔 midnight 익스프레스, 배트맨, 레인맨 등의 프로듀서로 활동을 하셨었죠. 또 콜럼비아 픽처스 사장, 소니 피거스의 회장들을 거쳐서 현재는 만델레이 엔터테인먼트 이사회 위원장과 최고 경영자로 활동을 하고 계십니다. 학생들 여러분들이 많이 계시니까요. 큰 박수와 함께 함성으로 맞아주시기 바랍니다. 피터 구버님이십니다.
Thank you. Good morning. I was asked to come here to speak about finding a way into the future and how will virtual reality change our lives, our business lives, our personal lives, our social lives. But I have to take you back a bit to tell you what the context of the conversation is. It's about change and the rapid rate of change. When I grew up, change was very linear, very straight. As I got older, the trajectory became like this. Now it's like this. And so what we look back at and look at our history to see how our human beings and companies embrace change, you look into your history. In the 70s, when I started my career, I was with a big studio, a large Columbia Pictures. And at that time, movies made the marketplace. They were the most important thing in the entertainment and communications marketplace. They were the iconic products. And what happened was a device came along called packaged media, where Thomson Electronics in Europe and Sony with its U-Matics and other Cartravision and CBS developed technologies where you could record and capture media, television programs, movies, or original media. And what did the studios do? They saw that as a challenge to their incumbency. They were the top. This could somehow erode their incumbency. They wouldn't be in control of the pipeline of artist to audience. And because of that, they fought it. Religiously, ferociously they fought it. It almost tipped them over. Ultimately, the challenger, all those mediums, packaged media, packaged DVDs, packaged CDs, became the savior for these companies who made all the content. And this story of challenger versus incumbent is upon us today everywhere. It happened again. It happened when I was at Sony. Akio Morita, the founder of Sony, a really major visionary, it was a global company the size of Apple, looked and saw, oh my gosh, packaged media is going to change my business. And therefore, he became a proponent of it. And the Sony Walkman, with not only audio but video, became his most important product. But nobody wanted to embrace it because it challenged their incumbency. Along came the mobile phone. Only 2% of the people in the world were tested wanted a mobile phone. Now you know what it is today. And then again, the internet. Even while I was at Sony and the chairman and CEO, internet was thought of some kind of geek project. Why would we want that? Why would we want to interfere with our music business? That was our business, the business we ran. Or our movie business, or our television business. We want to control the route from the artist to the audience. We want to be in charge of it. And so they fought it. Until, of course, what happened? Along came all of the internet companies, which connected the artists to the audience in a more profound, robust, and effective way, and the economics with it were theirs. So incumbents have to be warned. Virtual reality is a reality, and it's now. It's one of the most profound changes in our lives that will happen. Now, how many of you have put on any virtual reality headsets and have tested virtual reality? Could you raise your hand? Okay, only a very small number of you. Let me take a minute and explain what it does. The beauty of virtual reality is it changes the relationship between the artist and the audience. The artist defined broadly and the audience defined as you. It changes the relationship because when you look at product on television or on the screen here or in the movie theater or listen to it, you are actually passive. You are actually a passenger. They are in charge. You're viewing it, but they are in charge. What virtual reality does is it puts you in charge. So when you put on the headset, Samsung Gear, or the new Google Gear, or the Oculus Gear, you transform yourself. You transport yourself into the experience. You are actually in the experience. And you put it on, and you are standing there. You are in the seat. You are in the train, you are in the plane, you are wherever it is, and you decide what you're going to look like, just like you do. So, for example, if you go to a music concert, we produce a lot of music concerts all over the world. We produce the Golden Globes, we produce the American Music Awards, the Country Western Music Awards, all the big award shows in North America are produced by our company. If you go there, 1,000 people, 2,000, 3,000 come to the big arena to see the show. The tickets are very expensive. If you watch it on television, which many people do, obviously, huge audiences do, you are a passenger. You are watching a curated experience. The director is telling you, you look at this, then you look at this, then you look at the commercial, then you look at the audience, then you look back at this, then you look at this, then you look at that. That's the way it operates. But when you're in the theater or at the concert or at the festival, you determine what you're looking at and how you're looking at and what captures your attention and how you engage it and how you emotionalize it and how you actually embody it into your experience. Wholly different thing. That's why going to those venues is so exciting. This gives you that opportunity. You are in charge. Therefore, you are going to be in the best seat in the house for the Academy Awards or the Country Western Music Awards or the Golden Globes or Miss Universe or any of the music festivals anywhere in the world. You are there and in charge of your experience with perfect picture and perfect sound. Now, this is not the end of this. This isn't even the end of the beginning of this. This is the beginning of the beginning of this. And it's fundamentally a monumental change in how we connect with content. Augmented reality and virtual reality will change your life. I'm not going to talk to you about augmented reality today. That's where products and opportunities are put into your space. Virtual reality is you go into the space. You are virtually in the space. You experience it as if you were there, in the best seat in the house, whether it's the Kentucky Derby, like our company does, or any of the events that you can see around the world. And it's an amazing experience. It's an amazing experience because it changes the nature of how we consume content, how we consume experiences. It's not TV and it's not 3D. This is a method of allowing you a one-to-one experience. Now, people say, you put on that device and you're not at the event, you're somewhere else. You can be in Tibet, you can be in Seoul, you can be in North Carolina, you can be in Paris, and you could be at the event. But the reality is, and this is the key to the whole thing, the process is engagement. All content that engages has a greater value. There's a greater value to the advertiser and sponsors that pay for this. The value is because you are in the emotional transportation business. It emotionally transports you into the experience. And when advertisers and sponsors see that, they want to be associated with it. It's a higher level of engagement. And all advertisers and sponsors are looking for high levels of engagement to bond their information, which is soulless, with the emotion of the event. And then it becomes resonant, memorable, and actionable. It means that you buy the product, or you like the product, or you proselytize the product to other people. And that's a very, very valuable, most valuable tool in media. So what happens? How do you do this? Where does it go? My company is one of the leading companies in VR. 2.5 years ago, I started into it. I'm chairman of the strategic board. I'm on the board. I'm an owner investor. And I've been speaking and talking about it forever. But the key to our company, in our unique space, is we are devoted to bringing you live experiences that are happening simultaneously in the world, anywhere in the world, in real time. So this year, first time ever, the NBA, I own the Golden State Warriors, and the NBA has allowed us to broadcast into the VR system 25 games, a game a week, every week, so that people anywhere in the world can actually be in the front row seat, on the court, on the floor, watching the game. And then say, switch. I want to be under the basket, or I want to be in the first balcony, or I want to be in the store. And therein lies the opportunity. Now, some people might say, well, that's going to erode the people going to the game, or erode the audience coming to the concert. Wrong. That's not true. Only 20,000 people can fit in the arena, and there are 7.5 billion people on the planet. So the concept of allowing you a live in-person experience anywhere in the world is an incredibly valuable tool. It's true with music concerts. We're doing all the live events with music, with big music acts, Beyonce, Rihanna, Bruce Springsteen. All of these people are going to use virtual reality to expand their audience and to deepen their connection with their audience, because they're going to give them a first-hand experience. Secondly, now you can be on the red carpet. You can be in the locker room. You can be in the dressing rooms with these people. All of these opportunities that can't be really broadcast can now be offered as opportunities for experiences to audiences. So my company has built itself around the whole concept of this. Now, what the beauty of this is the following. When all this was done before, what did you need? You needed a set-top box. You needed wires. You needed all these things. You no longer need that. No wires, no set-top box. Something that you're all addicted to. How many people here are addicted to something? Raise your hand. You're lying. You're addicted to this. 271 times a day, the average American looks at this. Probably you look at it 490 times. But every single person, 271 times a day. And when it's charging, you keep going over to see if it's charging. If you lose it, you get anxiety. You keep it next to your heart. Everything for VR comes through this. Everything. You're already, you don't, no more wires, no more anything. And you say, well, I don't like the big headset. If you remember the first mobile phones only 8 or 10 years ago, they were like this. Big, big, clunky things. Now they're like this. The headsets also are going to change. Those big headsets, now you can just reach into your pocket and take out something as little as this. I'm doing this not well. Hold on. Snap it onto your phone. I can't do this too well right here. Snap it onto your phone, and just, you're in a VR experience. You're in charge. Something that doesn't cost $90, it costs 10 cents. And the reason why that's important is because we're a snack food economy, even in our media. Watching something for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. You want to watch the whole game or the whole concert, you can do it. But the whole idea is this is going to be another resource and another tool for media that's going to change our relationship to content. And the best and the biggest change will not be sports, even though it's big as it's going to be. It will not be music, even though you're all interested in. It won't be concerts or festivals. The biggest sport in the world, it's going to be the biggest product for. I don't think probably anybody could guess what it is, but I'll tell you, make it easy for you. It's shopping. Shopping is the #1 sport in the world. Ask any woman, and she'll tell you that. Shopping. Why? Shopping is a social experience. Already the online experience for shopping has changed all of content shopping in the world. Today, you'll be able to put these glasses on or have the small glasses and be in the best stores in the world, looking around at them, transacting simultaneously, being able to buy and order just that way. It's going to change all the relationship of shopping because all of the friction in the system of having to leave the house, go out of the house, drive the car, go down there, park the car, go shop, grab the stuff and go home is taken out of the system. You can cruise, purchase, buy, and it gets delivered. And you have the social experience of it too. The last point is people would say to me, it's not social. It's not social. Well, you've been on your phone, you're looking at a movie or you're looking at some slides or a picture, and a phone call comes in. You have two different systems. You can be on your VR headset and say, call Mary, call Joe, call Kim, dial the number. And they can share the space with you today. They can share the space with you virtually in the store you're in or at the concert in or your whatever emporium you're at or a music festival. You can have a social experience with 1, 2, or 3 or 4 people. This is what's happening. So my acknowledgement of the concept to you is being an incumbent has real dangers, unless that incumbency decides to be a challenger to their own incumbency. You want to learn everything you can about this space, about virtual reality, about VR, because it's a transformative technology that will work against training, retail, which is shopping, sports, movies, television, entertainment, anywhere where there's emotional transportation, the virtual reality tool will be an unbelievable benefit to anybody in any end of the food chain, buying or selling or audience using. And it's only the beginning. This isn't the end. This is the beginning of the change. So what you should do is learn about it, test it, go and see it, and figure out how you can use it, not how you can fight it. Enjoy your challenge. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, especially for sharing your precious experiences. And the world has been rapidly developing by the VR. 정말 감사드리겠습니다. VR로 급격히 변화하는 이 사회 속에서 과연 우리가 미래를 어떻게 준비해야 될지 생각해 볼 수 있는 그런 강연이 아니었나라는 생각이 듭니다. 다시 한번 피터 구퍼님께 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 고맙습니다. 그야말로 진짜보다 더 진짜 같은 VR의 세계, 아마 우리의 미래를 많이 바꿔놓을 것으로 기대가 되는데요. 그곳에서 우리는 또 어떤 것을 지켜가야 될지 함께 얘기 들어보는 시간 갖겠습니다. 오큘러스 VR의 법률 자문 변호사님이십니다. 에이미 폭스님께서 오늘 자리를 해주셨는데요. 강연과 함께 조금 전에 멋진 강연 해주셨던 피터 구퍼님 모시고 강연 후에 또 대담하는 시간까지 갖겠습니다. 여러분 큰 박수와 함성으로 에이미 폭스님을 맞아주시기 바랍니다.
Good morning. Are we going to start with a video? I'm not sure if the folks got the video link. No? There's a video to play. If it shows up, let me know and we can stop and do it. So good morning. Thank you very much for having me here. It's an honor to be here at the Creative Economy Expo today in Korea, where virtual reality is so important and a huge part of what you are considering doing in your country. I work at a company called Oculus. I'm the Associate General Counsel there, which means I'm in the legal department. And Oculus is a virtual reality company that builds hardware and also has a software platform where there is virtual reality content. So what you're seeing here, this picture, is our high-end virtual reality headset, the more clunky version, I think, that Peter was referring to. It's a tethered device, so it attaches to your personal computer, but it can run amazing experiences and very high-end virtual reality content. We also have a partnership with Samsung here in Korea, and it is a headset that you put your cell phone into. So it's a drop-in device. So it's a mobile virtual reality experience. I don't think I have a picture of it in this, but hopefully you have seen it around here. So at Oculus, our mission is to experience anything, anywhere, through the power of virtual reality. So our hope is that through our products and our platform, people anywhere in the world can meet up and have new experiences together. We believe that virtual reality is the next computing platform. So that means what Peter was talking about, where your cell phone is currently the way that you communicate with each other and do all sorts of utility things like shopping. We think that virtual reality is going to be the next place that happens. Virtual reality is really a medium. It's a way to communicate and connect with other people. So it's in the early stages, and most of what you see in virtual reality right now is entertainment-based. It's games, perhaps movies. It is our take that it's going to move beyond that there are many, many possibilities here for virtual reality. So today, I want to talk about what we call the 3 E's. They are the 3 areas that I think are really important for virtual reality. So they are empathy, education, and the economy. So empathy is perhaps the one that's nearest and dearest to my heart. In a time like this, which is, we had a rough year, really punctuated by tragedy and inequality in our world, we're hoping that virtual reality can serve as a way to help others increase their understanding of other people and other cultures around the world. Our current president of the United States, Barack Obama, has called the biggest deficit that we have in our society, in the world right now, is an empathy deficit, that we're in great need of people being able to stand in someone else's shoes and see the world through their eyes. So one of virtual reality's most powerful tools is that it can actually do that for you. We haven't had a technology before virtual reality that can really transport you into experiencing what it's like to be someone else, or what it's like to live in a place where someone else lives. There are a couple really great examples of this type of work right now available. One is the United Nations film called Clouds Over Sidra, and it documents the experience of a young woman living in a refugee camp. It's very powerful. I highly recommend everybody check it out when you have a chance. And there's another one, too, called Notes on Blindness, and it documents the experience of someone losing their vision. And many of us have people in our lives who have lost their vision due to stroke or just aging, and it's a remarkable film that will help you understand what it's like to go through that experience. So the next E is education. I see a lot of young faces in the audience. I assume a lot of you are students, which is great. Education is somewhere where we think virtual reality can make a huge difference. If you think about it, education isn't actually equally accessible around the world to everyone, and everybody learns things differently. So it's our hope that immersive virtual reality will be able to transport our students from different locations to travel anywhere in the world, whether or not they can afford to or they're allowed to do that. It could also transport you to a location where some of your other friends are, or folks that you have met online, and you can learn about things together. You can go on field trips, you could go on other sorts of travel, visit museums you've never been able to visit. And when you're in virtual reality, you're truly there, so you really feel like you've gotten that experience. Another thought about education in virtual reality is that we can bring meaningful content on education to anyone, anywhere in the world, right? So you don't just go there and experience it, but say that you're living in an area that's rural that doesn't have a lot of access to technology. And we believe that with low-cost virtual reality systems, individuals on farms and in refugee camps and in rural areas can access all of the same content at the most prestigious universities around the world and high schools. Finally, education in virtual reality is different. When you experience content in virtual reality, you really experience it in a different way. So that means that if you're going to learn history, and perhaps you find it boring when you're reading it in a textbook or you're watching it in 2D, when you do it in virtual reality, it comes alive, and you begin to really understand what the important aspects of that historical lesson are. You can also access content that might be a little bit abstract, say, for example, math or science, that some people might have a hard time learning because they have a different learning style. And when you do that in virtual reality, there are ways of manipulating the content so you can see it and feel it and even sort of touch it so that you are able to access it and understand it. So our hope is that through education and virtual reality, we'll see a real level playing field for everybody around the world in accessing education. Oculus has a partnership that we just started with the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, and it's allowing physicians in training to learn how to do sophisticated medical procedures that would normally be done on pediatric patients or expensive pediatric mannequin models in virtual reality, so that then when your child goes in for surgery and they have a resident there who might be doing this for the first time, they actually aren't doing it for the first time. They've actually done it in virtual reality in a way that gives them so much more experience and gives all the parents and the children peace of mind. So finally, I'll just talk quickly about the economy. You know, VR is really poised to make a difference. Sorry, the font didn't quite work out there, but we actually commissioned a study with a group called the Analysis Group, and they found that VR and AR, so that's virtual reality and augmented reality, together will contribute over $120 billion to the global economy by 2020. So that is less than 5 years away. And the point I'd like to make about this is that, well, first of all, you all look like you're students, and you're probably interested in virtual reality since you're here. There's going to be some really cool jobs around this. They won't all be sort of what you would consider tech, traditional tech jobs either, right? If you don't want to be a computer programmer or a hardware engineer designer or some other type of software developer, there are other careers that we think will also come from virtual reality, because with the change in the economy, you'll see many more jobs for folks like real estate, architecture, lawyers like myself, teachers. So what we see is that virtual reality is going to make a nice big impact on the globe and really contribute to the economic growth. So that is the end of my talk, and I think I'm going to invite Peter back up to the stage, right?
다시 한번 좋은 강연 해주신 에이미 폭스님께 다 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. We need another big round of applause for the great, outstanding speech. Thank you very much. Thank you very much once again for your outstanding speech. Thank you. 고맙습니다. 네. 함께 해주신 여러분께 다시 한번 감사의 말씀을 드리면서 이것으로 2016 창조경제박람회 글로벌 인사이트 행사 모두 마치겠습니다. 원활하게 진행될 수 있도록 양해해 주신 여러분께 진심으로 감사의 말씀 드리겠고요. 저희 컨퍼런스와 강연, 다양한 부대 행사들이 오늘부터 12월 4일까지 일요일까지 계속 진행이 됩니다. 코엑스 A, B, C 홀에서 계속해서 진행되니까요. 여러분께서는 함께 하셔서 유익한 정보도 많이 얻어가실 수 있었으면 좋겠습니다. 마지막까지 안전한 행사 마무리를 위해서 행사위원의 안내에 따라 퇴장해 주시면 감사드리겠습니다. 지금까지 아나운서 문소리였습니다. 안녕히 돌아오십시오. 고맙습니다.